Hi, this is Ken, and I wanted to send out a quick video. And a special shout goes out to Lori Bedard, who got the answer to the question that I had posted earlier this week. And that question was simply, what are three words that most people know but never use, and are the three words that has built dynasties, family legacies, you name it, in terms of wealth? And the 5% of the people in this country who are wealthy and don't live paycheck to paycheck and are not at financial risk or crisis, they understand this concept and they are teaching it to their children. They have taught it to their children, and their children's children are learning this concept. And the concept is very simply, pay yourself first. Most people live paycheck to paycheck because they exhaust their paycheck on things that they think are important, and they never take an emphasis on what's the most important, and that is your family and your family's economic well-being. I remember having three jars for my kids and teaching them how to use those three jars. And the whole idea behind those three jars was simply teaching them how to allocate their money. And it was only three jars, so it wasn't like they were paying bills or anything like that. They were young and they were understanding how three jars would teach them how to allocate their money. And one of those jars, of course, was savings. And they had to break up their money and put it in those three jars. And it gave them the orientation of the importance of saving money. Most people live paycheck to paycheck because they never have learned how to create money. And you create it by paying yourself first. The number one way to begin a wealth program is to learn how to pay yourself first. I was doing a business meeting uh, recently, and I asked the folks, I said, how many of you folks in the room are saving at least 10% of your income? You know, each week you get paid or whenever you get paid, are you saving at least 10% of that? And about, I'd say 40% of the people in the room raised their hand. And I said, oh, okay, so the rest of you folks are basically saving more. Okay, so who's saving more than 10%? And no one raised their hand, which told me that only 40% of the people in that room were actually trying to save money. And so, I said, okay, of you folks that are saving 10%, I want to ask you something, or let you in on something that I learned recently. And it was simply this: when you're saving 10% of your income, that means you are working 90% for someone else. And someone told me that one day, and I realized that I needed to get on the ball and start saving more than 10%, because that meant simply, like I said just a few seconds ago, if I'm only saving 10% of my income, that means I am working 90% for someone else and only working 10% for me. Some of the principles and things that I teach people in terms of financial planning is based on the principle of saving money and paying yourself first. If you'd like more information about a specific program that we use to help people save money, pay themselves first, and develop a long term pattern of income which can be passed down from generation to generation, please let me know, because either me or the associates that I work with would like to sit down with you and help you sketch out a roadmap to your financial future. And it begins with those three words: pay yourself first, and you'll never be broke again. It's been written in thousands of books. I don't have to name any of them, but if you pick up any book on money management, on budgeting, or anything, they will always say the same thing, and that is start off by paying yourself first. So look forward to working with those folks that want to start using and exercising discipline to pay themselves first. And hopefully, you will learn something about money that will be able to put you in a position that you can teach your children and your children's children about money and how they can stop living paycheck to paycheck, because there is a strategy that will allow you to do that. So I look forward to talking to you all and helping you get yourself in a position to win financially.